You have no idea how hard it is to get through these videos without saying anything unforgivably politically incorrect. A buddy wants to start doing videos with me, but he is Japanese, so I need to get a hazmat suit first. That coronavirus doesn't play. And actually, he's less politically correct than me, like way, way less. So it's going to be me trying to keep him in line. That should be very interesting. SGWs try everything except what works. Star Wars wanted to make a 60-year-old woman with mental illness and drug problems the hero of the story in something global warming. I saw this article and bound it into comics and started swearing these MFers. The things that these people say belong inside a mental institution. When I said, when you're at the North Pole, every direction is south, I meant that when you have a good story idea and you run it by the political commissars and they say, it's a good story, but then they're going to make it woke, which means they're going to take it off the path of a good story. People get out of Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and a bunch of other films and say, yeah, it was okay, but. That's what I'm talking about, the but. The but is the woke stuff. The, oh, we need to save another white boy. That was a splash of retarded cold water to the face. Are you kidding me? Do you think the big city emergency rooms are full of white boys ventilated from 9mm size holes? How effing stupid are you? That a writer would have the balls and be dumb enough to include that scene means they feel that they are untouchable, and they're willing to miss out on some peak profits. If it means that they can work some woke bits in, that line adds nothing to the film except to say we're so powerful that we can be racist as long as it's against a certain group. These lines are just pure F-whitey stuff. Or in Captain Marvel, pretty much all of that film was girl power stupid. But the famous scene where she steals the motorcycle kind of struck everyone as extremely odd behavior for the hero to engage in. But Arnold did it in T2. Arnold wasn't a good guy or a bad guy. He was a computer following mission parameters. You can't compare the morality of a machine to something with a brain. What kind of superhero steals someone's motorcycle? I'm sure someone's listening who knows the answer to that. The whole scene felt artificial because they had to set up the guy talking to her and force him into the bad guy role. If you have to steal the bike, fine, but just skip the feminism. I was looking forward to the box office on Captain Marvel 2, but with the Wu flu, fuck China, it's going to be years. Brie Larson will probably be aged out of the role. Actually, all movie records are going to be pre and post Chinese Winnie's Revenge. How do you compare box offices when films are being watched on a computer? They better learn to dial those budgets back. You're going to see more $20 million films done on green screens, which is cool because it means the days of huge actor salaries is over. It also means that you're going to see more newcomers who can take those smaller salaries. That's what I meant with the film was okay, but... My solution would be just cut out all the butt scenes of a film and have the writers publicly whipped. Look at some of the best films of their genres. They had no butt stuff. Sorry. Though now that I think about it, they couldn't be made today because they aren't PC. Could Revenge of the Nerds, Stripes, Ghostbusters be made unchanged today? Even Grease was a little bit rapey. You know, I've got a lot of hot words in this. I don't even know if they're going to send out notifications. Actually, now that I think about the degenerates who run Hollywood, it's probably for the best if it is replaced by smaller sources of entertainment. I'm not saying that we should gather all the Hollywood producers and directors, and there goes your YouTube channel. And all I'm saying is that Weinstein wasn't a one-off. Hollywood is full of sick monsters like him. But think about it this way. Every minute you spend watching this video is 1 minute that you aren't watching Hollywood. And that terrifies them. People are getting a lot of information, a lot of entertainment from independent YouTube providers. And that means that Hollywood doesn't control the narrative. And it's not even about the money for them. It's about controlling the narrative. And that really has them looking for some way to get back in control. And they'll find a way. But, we'll find a way around it. If it's DLive or BitChute or Twitch, or people even were putting videos on the adult video sites about how to 3D print Liberty devices, which you should all do. It's inconceivable, but of course, get the federal stamp. Make it legal. I'm not saying you should print Liberty devices and not get a federal stamp. do it, do it legally, of course. I'm just saying you should get a 3D printer and, consider it, because America is founded on liberty devices. It's literally the Second Amendment. It's inconceivable that Hollywood would make a film. My channel is just thin ice the whole time. As big as the Disney Wars without woke storytelling. This is why I don't do live streams. Can you try to imagine what would happen if the original trilogy was released today? 1977's Star Wars wasn't politically correct to our Hollywood Marxist masters, but it would be problematic because of what it didn't include. You got 3 guys rescuing a princess. That all needs to go. It's problematic to have a princess with a vagina or front hole, i.e. vagina, be rescued. You need to give her a penis and have her rescue the 2 fair-skinned dudes who are busily oppressing some aliens who are seeking refuge by culturally enriching the planet with spaceships of peace. Diversity is our strength. Just watch out for the sand people. Struggle snuggling. Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, and make all the bad guys fair-skinned and the good guys all brown-skinned. How will this improve the movie? What movie? The SJWs at Disney know that they can make Star Wars as woke as they want because Star Wars fans will pay to see it just to complete the series, which they did, but they drew the line at Solo and stuff like Charlie's Angels, Birds of Prey, Dark Phoenix, Terminator, Dark Fate, I think. They saw Brie Larson, but only because it was between the 2 biggest films in history. Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel are not going to do as well when you have to watch them on a small screen tablet or a laptop, or even even on a big screen TV. It's just not the same as a theater going experience. Some films need big screens to be watchable at all. I know this is going to upset some people, but I saw Wonder Woman in the theater, and it was okay except for the woke bits, but on the small screen it was pretty weak. And before you say, how dare you, what woke bits, I'm sure you can figure it out. This Star Wars guy, Dave, made a comment that they pick a woman to be the star and write the film around her. And to be fair, they do this with other male actors sometimes, but the best story is the one where the writer writes as best he can. If he's thinking, okay, I need a woman here, an Irishman here, an African lady over there, and a few lesbians, then he's not writing the best story he can because he's writing propaganda. Maybe Comicsgate should get into making low-budget films. Not adult films, Kelsey. It's not like we could do worse, and there definitely isn't as much content out there, so now is the time to jump in, especially if you want to make a YouTube channel. Get on it. Don't put a woman in a man's role. I know their counter-argument is that there's no such thing as men and female roles, or even some of them believe there's no such thing as men or women. We call those people developmentally disabled. Okay, then don't put what the audience feels is a woman in a man's role. Actually, I'm okay with people seeing this propaganda because some sheep do accept it, but it also wakes up people to the Hollywood agenda. By all means, replace Black Panther with Shuri, as I've heard the rumor is, if it succeeds and you gave people what they want. But I kind of suspect that it's not going to succeed. Whatever. People say they want Birds of Prey to take a true look at misogyny, but they swept Weinstein under the rug for years, so maybe they should just go F themselves. Men are men, women are women. Men are on average taller and stronger. They have roles, and women have roles. We don't want to see women in these action roles because in the back of our mind, we think women should be safe. She needs to protect her eggs and make babies and feed them. That's like 10 million years of brain stem imprinting right there. Women rarely want to see the sexes go outside of their roles assigned by sex. Pick up a romance novel if you want to know what appeals to women. To most women's people, sex is a binary for the logical reason that sex is a binary. Oh, but gender expression. That doesn't mean anything to 90% of your audience. The people with money for tickets don't want to see this new think insanity. Anyway, click the links to send me art, whatever you want to send me to get a hold of me down below. If you want to support the channel, biancazombie602gmail.com, or hit up my P.O. box if you want to send me something, just let me know so I can check it so it's not sitting there. Oh, and sorry, 7 of 9, I wasn't trying to be cute. It was a Freudian slip. 69 is awesome. I don't even want to know what 7 of 9 is like or where you put your tongue. Oh, and I heard a Leadbelly song. It had the line, Ain't it a shame to beat your wife on a Sunday when you got Monday? It was a joke, but still problematic. He was awesome on the 12 string. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all next episode.